Hello, Lego fans, and welcome into a brand new episode of the Brick Hour Podcast. I am your host, JJ, otherwise known as Langster Builds on Instagram. And with me, as always, my wonderful co-host, Cam, otherwise known as Cameron Studios.
How's it going?
It's going today, my friend. Today we are
Wait,
here to...
wait. I think something's missing.
You're right. Oh, yeah, baby. We have our own merch now.
Long
I
time
love
coming.
this hat. I'm going to wear this thing literally every day.
Wait. You forgot the best part.
Booyah. We do got... I'm wearing this whole episode today.
Absolutely, you have to.
Two straight episodes with a hat on for the main pod because Time Capsule is up.
Yeah, at the time of
Yeah.
this recording, we just released Time
Mhm.
Capsule Episode 1,
Time
Galaxy
Cap.
Squad.
I am so excited that we started with Galaxy Squad.
Yes.
I think it was a great way for us to ease in with that.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, if you have not already, check that out. We will be doing that, excuse me, once a month. Um, third Tuesday of every month, we will be releasing that, so it'll be very exciting. We did tease what next month's is at the end of that one, so if you want to hear a little bit more about that, you can there. But this week's episode is a little different. We are going to be talking about IP that Lego could use. And we'll get more into that when we talk about the video. But first, Cam, what are we building?
Building. Let's see. So, what I'm building is a little different. Being so focused on cleaning up my Lego space, getting these hats made, doing the podcast, I have built a mountain of unbuilt sets. My backlog is huge, and I've got a few more things to work on. I got couple mocks I want to get done first. I'm still working on Lego Stan.
Mhm.
Once he's done, I'm gonna crack open a few sets just to get back into the building rhythm, and then get finish up my Disney brickheads before Brick Universe in April.
That'll be
So I want
fun.
to be able to get those done, and that's pretty much what I'm building. It's not a lot this week, but in lack of better terms, I built a mountain.
You did build a mountain. That's very true.
But what are we building on your side, JJ?
So I had, well, one of the things isn't mine. Um, so I went to the Lego store this past weekend, because I had a build that was displayed there as part of the monthly building challenge. I came in second place for the lug, so my build
Congratulations.
was, I was very happy. And I hit pick a brick pretty hard. I got four boxes of pick a brick, which was nice. Got a lot of stuff with that. But Erin, my girlfriend, also, she was eyeing a set in particular, and she did get Celeste's Stargazing from Animal Crossing. She now has four of these. And whether she likes to admit it or not, she's building an island because she has a base plate with all of them on it now. And now she needs another base plate to keep putting more of them on there. And she hasn't built her other one yet. So I'm like, whether you like it or not, she has developed a backlog.
Yes. I'm getting flashbacks to that episode. Probably one of my favorite moments of 2024.
The weed dealer.
Yes. That caught me off guard. I almost coughed, but that's one of my favorite moments from last year.
That was a good one.
No, but yeah,
Um,
I can't wait to see her finish the island, especially with what are
well, it's
we
not
at?
officially, but she has four now.
Seven? No,
I think there's like
eight set. Well, if you include
eight.
poly bags, there's probably eight
Yeah,
or nine at
he
this
has the
point.
poly bag. So, well, no, so she has got five then. Haha. Anyway, so what's up? I got this morning in the mail, I got in a bunch of these. Now, these are,
You're gonna see through that bag. The
yeah,
glare.
it is really wonky. I got 36 of these came in. They're like the corner wedge black
Okay.
slopes. Reason why is because I need to build a ton of these for the Bat Cave.
Wow.
They are
You,
used to help hold up elevated portions, kind of like with the Batwing. So my Batcopter terminal is done because now it's actually it's now attached in
so
level.
now, is that what you're doing with the Bat Falcon?
No, Bat Falcon
No.
is too heavy. It has its own platform. Um, the other thing I got was I went to my parents' house today and I came back with this T-Rex. I
Whoa.
has dinosaur. And the reason I has dinosaur is because the lug is doing a Dinotopia display for Brick Universe
Yes,
this
they
year,
are.
and I love dinosaurs. And I signed up to help. So I'm like, hey, I had some dinosaurs and I got this T-Rex. So I'm basically gonna convert this into like Battle T-Rex, where he's gonna have like a little like platform and a bunch of spears and cannons on him, so that'll be fun. Yeah, Battle T-Rex is a little sweet thing. I don't think anyone thought was gonna happen.
That sounds like something
Um,
Batman would do.
yes, it does. I am also awaiting another monster order that has about 1,000 parts in it. That'll help me basically pretty much knock out a lot of the more uniform structure of the Batcave. Because my thing with the Batcave with the walls is I'm not using like a set one piece and buying a million of it.
Right.
I'm basically like getting a few hundred of like multiple different elements. So there's like 2x2 bricks in multiple colors, 1x2 bricks, multiple colors, like all kinds of different stuff, which helps me build it up and expand it quicker. And it also just looks good because it's got the different color gradients. I kind of like that. Um, but that's pretty much all I have to do. I'm just waiting for that order to come in, and then I can basically like build up a couple of like exit bays and whatnot so I
Right.
can start building wall around them. And then it's basically just full steam ahead building wall up, getting a couple parts into like rock wall, getting
Clock's a
some like
ticking. We got
yeah,
just about 3 months until Brick Universe.
it's getting there.
We got some work to do.
I will probably have my assumption is I will have it done in April.
There you
Like
go.
right before it. So it'll be
I'm
perfect.
gonna be very close with the Brickheads.
You are probably going to be over here helping me build walls too, so
Build
which
day.
you are excited about.
Let's go.
Um, but this week's episode, we're talking IPs. We're talking IPs that Lego does not use that they could potentially use. Now, when I say could potentially use, some of the IPs we have are currently being utilized by other companies. However, these are IPs that Lego themselves could use because they fit into their morality umbrella in terms of like these are things that the company itself would be fine utilizing. So like no Halo is not on this list. Halo, first of all, there is no chance and you know what that Mega is ever letting Halo go. Never gonna happen. Um, but maybe some other things that Mega currently has control over are on our lists because they fit into Lego's portfolio of things that they could potentially do something with because of the stuff that they're okay with making content on. Each of us have 10 picks. Some of them overlap,
Yep.
some of them do not. Um,
Some of them we're not like ranking these. These are just a list of
no,
10. So there's
yes,
not
thank
like a
you.
10 to 1. It's just we have a
Yep,
list and these are what we want to
correct.
either become IPs or if they are under someone else's branch, hopefully Lego can grab them eventually. Like the first
It's
example
happened.
I'm thinking of that happened was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Mega Bloks had them first. I had those surprisingly enough, and then
Mhm.
Lego got them, and I was so happy.
Yes, that was a huge
So
mistake when that
it
happened.
could happen. There has been IPs that have been done by Mega Bloks and it went to Lego, and then there have been some times where it was went from Lego to Mega Bloks, and
Yeah. Ninja
sometimes it went back
Turtles.
and forth.
Ninja
Because
Turtles.
Spider-Man was with Lego back with Spider-Man Raimi,
Yep.
Spider-Man. Then it went to Mega Bloks, and they had Iron Man and Hulk and Captain America,
Yep.
and then Lego got the rights back for 2012 with Marvel Superhero. So like
They
it's
got it all
possible
back.
for them to interchange.
Correct. So just because like Mega or somebody else has the license does not mean we just ignored it. Like we talked about it because like they could use this. So,
Want it to become Lego.
correct. Cam,
Yes.
I'm gonna let you start and with your first pick.
All right. This one has been on my mind for a while. I've talked to a few friends about it that they would buy these sets solely because of the brand and they would buy Lego because of it. And that is Power Rangers.
This is also on mine, so perfect spot for us to start.
So, funny enough, one of the sets that I bought, Voltron, I bought it solely because I thought it would be the closest I would get to a Power Rangers and or Transformers set.
And now we have
Well,
Transformers.
and I didn't buy them, but I feel like just looking at Voltron, it kind of shows that they could easily do Power Rangers.
Correct.
Especially now with having released Transformers, they can easily make sets where they can transform. Might not be a lot, because like with the cats and Voltron,
Hmm.
not a lot really changes. The legs pop out, the
No.
tails unfold, and the head folds.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. but that could easily be done for Power Rangers, and the minifigures wouldn't be that hard to do. They don't even need like much gear. Like it could just be printing on the arms and the torso.
It's just maybe some specialized helmet mold.
Look, I'm thinking there's this one CMF, and I'm actually
Yeah,
looking at it right now.
the superhero guy. Yeah,
The red
he's up
one.
there right now for me. Yeah.
He's like the red one with like the green sword. I saw them like
They
that's a
do it like
Power
that's a
Ranger.
Power
That's a
Ranger.
Power Ranger. And I feel like Lego should I don't know if anyone else does have the license for Power Ranger. If they don't, Lego should do it because not only does it span at least what 20 plus years now,
Yeah, like
there's
90.
so many different waves of sets they could do. They could do Dino Force, Mighty Morphin, Ninja Force. There's just so many different Power Rangers that they could do, so many different colors, and it
Mhm.
fits Lego's demographic for it was a kid show. It's
Yep.
very colorful. They get plenty of different ships and some even animal looking ships. Like it just to me it's like a creator 3-in-1 mixed in with like an idea set. And they could do so many sets. Like they could just even do because I know sometimes lately us as Lego fans have not been happy with like the minifigure layout.
Mhm.
People would be fine with getting a set with a part of like a Megazord with one minifigure per. They could do five, combine them, and then you're fine. They could easily do five $20 sets or $30 sets with one minifigure, or maybe two and one Power Ranger and a villain. It's very easy
To work.
to do multiple waves for a long period of time without really much of any repetition.
My thing with Power Rangers was a little different than yours.
Okay.
I agree. It is one of the most iconic shows out there. It has a lot of love and a lot of people care for it.
A lot of villains
I am,
too.
yeah. I almost think you go icon set with this. I think you just do it like a collector model similar to Voltron of the Megazord, include based on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, include the original Rangers plus the Green Ranger because he's sweet, and just call it. I think you do that. I don't
Complete
think, I
idea
mean,
set submissions for it.
I know. And that's the thing is like there's been a million idea submissions. This should be something that they get to at some point. Now, I'm pretty sure Mattel has that license.
Yes.
I think Mattel does. Yeah. So maybe Hasbro does. I don't remember.
It's Hasbro. It's definitely Hasbro.
So if it's under Hasbro's umbrella, I could see it happening because we have Transformers now. So it's very possible this could be happening. We know we're getting more Transformer stuff. So it's
Yes.
like see them branch into some stuff. Now, talking about Hasbro, my first pick is G.I. Joe.
Choice.
Now,
This is tricky.
it gets tricky because you do get a little muddy with G.I. Joe. My thing is, if you do like OG G.I. Joe stuff, it'll probably never happen because they all have like tanks and realistic aircraft carriers. If you get into some more of the more modern stuff, where it's like pushing sci-fi, I think you can get away with it.
Okay.
Because the Cobra stuff is all like just superficial, like weird stuff,
Right.
like 100%.
But
You
then
can
on
get
the other hand,
it's the
though,
Joes that you get stuck with.
like I'm thinking about it, and like it's possible for two reasons. One, all the blasters that are in Star Wars, those
Yeah.
could be used for their quote unquote weapons.
Hmm.
But also with Avatar, we had militaristic weapon, I mean vehicles, as well as I forget the name of the character, but he had military gear on.
Yeah.
It wasn't direct camo, but like enough where, oh yeah, that's military. So like
Yep.
it's possible. Like what was cool about G.I. Joe, I remember growing up, not all of them wore camo. Like they just wore
Yeah.
different outfits that you knew it could be G.I. Joe, but like it could pass off as non-military.
Correct.
So like it's on that
Also,
line where it could work if
Snake
they did
Eyes
it
is like one
right.
of the coolest characters literally ever made. And he's like the Joe that everyone kind of knows now. Like they gave him his own movie not too long ago. But there was two themes in particular. I didn't even think of Avatar when I was thinking of this, but Avatar works because that's all like space military stuff for the most part. But my mind went to if Indiana Jones can get fighter pilots from World War II and fighter jets, this can work. And also, the G.I. Joe weaponry is futuristic in nature. Overwatch already did that.
Exactly.
So this is a theme that this could work
It
if
could.
you do literal remakes of the OG like 70s and 80s toys, never gonna happen. If you do the more modernized Joes, where everything is like superficial, I
Right.
think this works. And again, it's under the Hasbro umbrella, kind of like Transformers. And my real thought for this could work is we know for a fact that the next Transformers movie is going to be a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover.
Yes. Ooh.
You could very easily make sets
Ooh.
that tie into that movie,
That's
and
possible.
it would sell like hotcakes. Because not only you're getting the G.I. Joe fans in there that are Lego people, but you're also getting the Transformers fans that are Lego people from the couple sets we've already gotten. So I think that 1000% G.I. Joe is iconic enough and it works. Even if you do icon stuff for, who cares? Like it's
Exactly.
still good enough to work.
All right. My next choice is one specific, but then one more generalized.
Hmm.
And I'm only saying this first one because it's the only one I watch. So, My Hero Academia, but I'm saying anime in general. I feel like
Yeah.
it's a market that Lego should try and get into. Now, granted, there are some graphic anime,
Yeah.
but with the loosely rumored One Piece getting sets,
Hmm.
that granted, it's probably based on a Netflix show, honestly,
Yeah.
because with the anime, who knows what's relative to that. And then, like with My Hero Academia, there are definitely some more mature moments. Not as mature as other animes, of course, but it's definitely a market that should be explored. I mean, what's something that you've been begging for after you got your Ninjago mech?
Pacific Rim.
No, the giant, I'm forgetting the names, giant robots.
Oh, Jaegers.
Exactly. Well, no. Um,
Jaegers are the big robots.
Probably, yeah. But there's plenty of animes that are like that. So I feel
True.
like there is a way to do anime sets while avoiding the more graphic kind. Now there's like My
Oh,
Hero
easily.
Academia, Naruto. There's options there, and
Mhm.
you'd be reaching not only a specific market in the United States, but also China, Japan, like anime is worldwide.
Yeah.
So it's a way to expand your horizons. Now, the only reason I think that we probably won't, I feel like it would take away from both Monkey Kid and Ninjago.
I almost I disagree with that point. I think Monkey Kid probably yes. Ninjago no. That's just its own thing now. My thing with the anime stuff is a lot of these shows and books like My Hero Academia and Naruto and things like that, they have been going for years. So if you're gonna base it on those, where do you start? Like
Like you
I
start modern and like see how it goes, and some will go backwards per
but here's the
se.
problem with that though. A lot of these fans are I don't want to say anal, but they're anal about how
Is that an
um
elbow? That's not elbow.
no, it's not a swear. They're like that about how their character is
They're
portrayed
very specific.
out. They're very specific.
They're
I
pretty much
don't think
Star
Lego
Wars
wants to deal
fans
with that.
on another level.
I think
Lego Star Wars fans on another level.
it's Lego Star Wars fans on crack. That's what it is.
I didn't want to say
Um,
it, so
but I like the rumor right now is that One Piece is getting sets, but they're all based on the Netflix show. So they can base, if that's the case, they can just address the Netflix show and what's been
right.
seen in that. If they were to just do One Piece based on the anime and the manga, that's been going on. It's got like 100 bajillion episodes and what like
It's like a
there's
thousand episodes, I think, at this point.
there's no point where you can jump in. Now, you can make the same argument with superheroes, but they're not trying to do that with superheroes. With
Mm-mm.
the comic sense, they're just taking the characters and giving them goofy stuff.
Right.
But you can't do that with like My Hero Academia because the fans will crucify you for it. So
Yes.
I think if you do it,
It
if
has to
they
be done
do,
right. I
you
feel
have
like the
to,
Netflix route is good. I did hear
yeah.
that My Hero Academia is supposed to get live action at some point.
I
So
think
maybe
what they
that's how they
have to
do it.
do is just wait for Netflix or somebody to adapt them
Hmm.
in live action on a streaming platform, and then you can do stuff based on it, then it will work. If you don't, and I think the other reason they're also, if that's is the case and they're doing stuff for One Piece, it's because the One Piece show wasn't immediately ripped in half by the One Piece fans that watched it. They actually were like, "This is faithful. This is pretty solid." Because
Yeah.
when Cowboy Bebop came out on Netflix, it was legitimately torn to shreds by the fans who were like, "This is not what the anime is." And it's like, well, you can't compare it to the anime because it's not going to be as good as that. I'm not an anime fan. I would never buy any of that stuff. Um, but I see the appeal. It would definitely work. My next one is one that I did not tell you about because you're going to be surprised by this. With the announcement that Cartoon Network is reviving this show for another season, reportedly 44 more episodes. Regular show would be great for a Lego theme.
Okay.
We we got Adventure Time
Yeah.
and we got it in the idea set and people hated that.
A little bit in dimensions.
We got and those Dimensions minifigures are worth a ton. And we also know that regular show was planned to be included in a potential wave 3 of Dimensions before that game got its plug pulled. So I sit there and go, regular show's coming back. You could easily make some set space. A golf cart with Mordecai Rigby, 25 bucks, done.
Yeah.
You're printing money with that. Like, and I think that show is so iconic. Like Mark Hamill, his character, I'm forgetting his name right now. I don't know why. Um,
So I'm not as familiar with it, so I can't really add my 2 cents into this one.
Regular show, like it's just it was one of those just like really weird Cartoon Network shows that was just so good because it was just mindless and chaotic, and you didn't know what was going on half the time, but it was awesome. Um, but yeah, I definitely think regular show with the fact it's coming back, lean into it. 100% do it.
Well, to jump on the piggyback Cartoon Network, I'm going more old school Cartoon Network and saying Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Which works because that show's coming back too.
What?
I'm pretty sure they announced it's getting a reboot on HBO, I
I would
think.
lose my mind. Okay, back focusing. There's a lot of different colors and characters that they could do, either brick bill or minifigure, or because like blue could easily just be the cylinder pieces
Yeah,
with printing. Eduardo would be fun to build. Wilt would just be stupid tall with like twigs for legs.
I love Wilt as a character. It's
Yes,
so funny.
it's hilarious. Coco would be hilarious to see in brick built form. I just feel like there's so many different characters that they could do. It doesn't even need to be a wave of sets. They could just do an icon set of the house and like not even every single room because there's a lot of cool rooms in the house. They just need to do the exterior with like small versions. And you could do just the main 7 or 8 characters. And like some of them don't even need to be minifigure form. Like you can do Mac and Frankie and Madame Foster as minifigs
Yep.
and all the imaginary friends as brick built, and then you're set. And there's just so many different colors that you could do inside of it with the brown and orange exterior.
Yep.
It would just have the nostalgia and just all the different colors and characters that would draw the attention of younger kids as well.
There are two characters that I would want specifically from that. Obviously, like Eduardo, Wilt, and Coco have to be included. Max,
Yes. Mac, Blue,
Blue,
Frankie, Mr.
they're all gotta be
Harriman.
there. Yes, he's got to be there. The bunny. There are two characters that have to be included. Red needs to be there. The red brick that Mac's brother creates,
Yeah.
and also the most probably not probably the most annoying character created in the history of cartoons. Cheese needs to be
Characters.
in that.
He is one of my most favorite characters. I grew up,
So
listen to me.
annoying.
I grew up with my brother and we loved cheese and we would just watch it. My mom got obsessed with cheese. We all loved cheese. He was just so annoyingly dumb but hilarious.
If you don't watch,
So relatable.
if you've never seen Foster's Home and you're just jumping into this episode at this point, you just listened to Cam talk about how much he loves Cheese the food, but he's talking about Cheese the character from the show. But he'd have to be there. He was so
Hard to
annoying.
build.
He kept getting returned. He was so annoying.
Cheese?
I,
Mac and cheese?
I like chocolate milk.
Yeah, I like potatoes.
That he was the most annoying character literally ever created in the
It
history
has
of
to be
cartoons.
Fred Burger.
No, Fred Fredberg has nothing on that.
Fred Burger.
So speaking of colorful characters, my next pick, Hello Kitty.
Ooh.
And I say this because Hello Kitty is a marketing machine.
Yeah, it's neat.
One of the most iconic characters of all time. And
So Hello Kitty is.
I think with this one you go two routes.
Oh,
You go minifigures in like a 4+ style thing
okay.
where you jump around a little bit and you do like 4+ stuff, which works.
Yeah.
And then you lean 18+ and you do like Hello Kitty art set or like a Hello
Oh.
Kitty like some sort of like more decorative piece.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like there's multiple routes you can take with this and
Easily.
do something really cool with it. I think
Mhm.
I'm honestly more surprised it hasn't happened yet. But I also feel like Hello Kitty is not really as strong with younger kids anymore
It's not. And
because there's other,
there has to be like a show or something out to lure
of
them
course, I
in.
say this being a 20-year-old man, but like,
Yeah, you're
I mean,
trying to appeal to a wider audience. You're not just making all your picks about you.
thank you, because if it was all about me, it'd be all DC stuff.
Gee. They're just not utilizing it. Check out our
DC
DC making a
superhero
comeback episode
episode.
in the link.
Um, but yeah, I feel like the
Hmm.
possibilities with Hello Kitty are legitimately endless, and you could do so much with it. Like it would be kind of wild what you can do. Um, yeah, I think that's one that I'm more surprised they haven't done yet. Now, I
Yeah.
don't know off the top of my head
Like you
if
said, it's not as recognizable. Like it's recognizable, but it's not a strong enough character to
it's
draw people in.
yeah, but it's still a merchandising
Oh yeah.
monster. Like there's like Aaron's cousin for Christmas got Hello Kitty bath mats. Like it's wild how much stuff they you can stamp Hello
But
Kitty on literally anything and it'll sell.
I think probably it's gonna sell. I don't know if it would translate as well to Lego. Like I shouldn't say that. It could translate to Lego well, but I don't know how well it would perform per se.
Correct. It may not perform as well,
Hmm.
but it would. I think it would do. I think it would do well. To be honest with
But
you, I
I
think it
feel
would
like the
work.
art set would do well. I don't know if minifigure sets would.
I think if you 4+ minifigure sets to it and get those like little kids,
Okay, that's fair.
I think you'd get them 100% get them.
Well, now going more the 4+ route, not doing it all about me, I could see Lego doing either like Rugrats or Blue's Clues.
I think Blue's Clues would be way better. I'm not gonna lie to
I'm,
you.
I'm just going both because like, I grew up on both those. Rugrats, I feel like would be good ones for minifigures with molded heads, with like a 4+ set with like a playground or in the family room. Like that would be a
I
solid
feel
four
like
plus sets.
Rugrats needs to be 18+. I feel like it needs to be an icon set
I don't know if it would
because
work as that because I mean, yeah, like the ones who grew up on it are old enough to buy it, but I don't
that's
think
my thinking.
I wouldn't buy it for me. Like if I grew up on it, but like I wouldn't buy the set. I feel like it would work as 4+ sets, but like again, it was just an idea that I had. I don't know how strong it is, but I do agree with you that I feel like Blue's Clues would be really strong.
Yeah.
Steve minifigure,
Oh
if you
yeah.
want to, or honestly, do buildable characters of salt, pepper, paprika. I think they had like other ones that I lost track of.
A Blue's Clues line would have to be like the Unikitty theme.
Either Unikitty or I feel like it would work sort of similar to the small Simba from Disney. That scale
Yes.
of blue and like other characters
Yes.
would work really well.
Oh yeah, that would be genius.
And like that could if you do a 4+ version of it, honestly.
I also feel like Blue's Clues is pretty big in the public eye right now because the show is like you have the Blue's Clues reboot show on Paramount Plus. That's doing very popular. Steve is all over the place still. Do like his story itself is just incredible. I would totally buy a Blue's Clues set if Steve was in it. I grew up watching that show, and younger kids now are watching that, so I think that works. Rugrats, I feel like only works as 18+ because the reboot of that show flopped hard.
They didn't look right. They're not supposed
It
to be
didn't
3D
look right.
animated.
And
Can
I
I
feel
just
like,
tangent here? Can we
yes,
please have all these movie studios like Disney and Nick stop doing just 3D animated movies. Like bring back
Thank
2D.
you.
Bring back 2D. There was just a charm to them
Like
that's lost.
I feel yeah,
Hand drawn.
yes. I look at this and I go, Rugrats works 18 plus because you get the nostalgia that people that grew up with it. Little kids, younger kids now are not watching it
Right.
because they're watching Blue's Clues or they're watching Bluey, which again, Bluey, first of all, was on my list. And then literally 5 minutes like a week ago, because we've been planning this one for a while. And then out of nowhere, it's Lego's getting Bluey sets. And I'm like, well, I guess I gotta find another pick now.
You know what's funny? We came up with the idea of this episode while driving to Empire Bricks.
The whole idea of this episode came from they should make Bluey sets, and then we're like, oh, let's make a whole
Let's
episode
make
on
an
this.
episode out of it.
And then they took the one set that we were gonna actually talk about a lot. Um, Speaking of small characters that are fun and everyone loves, Kirby.
Ooh, good
Kirby.
one. Okay. I have a pick that's similar to it, so I was gonna save that one for last, but I feel like I'm gonna have to do it right after Kirby now. So go ahead, proceed.
Yeah. So Kirby is another one of those characters where it's just like international recognition. And Nintendo's already working with Lego with Mario, even though it's doo-doo. And they're working with them with Zelda, which is good. And Zelda's gonna get more stuff because they literally have the listing for it on Lego.com is like
It's its own
Legend of
brand now.
Zelda
It's
has
its
its
own
own
theme.
theme, which is nuts. So I feel like
Brickhead Zelda, please.
oh please. Kirby Brickhead would be sick.
Ooh.
Um
Just a
I
buildable Kirby.
Buildable Kirby would be sweet. Like
Hmm.
there's so many things
It
you
doesn't
could
even need to
do
be
with
minifigure.
Kirby. It could be a minifigure, but it
It
didn't have to be.
actually it could work with the legs and like sort of like similar to like a SpongeBob headpiece, but
Mhm.
just circular. Like that could work.
I
And then
feel
you
like
could do the penguin arms
yeah,
or shark fin arms for Kirby. That ooh.
could work. I feel like Kirby works like you wait for them to make a new game and then you just go bloop and here's a couple Kirby sets that are fun and maybe you do some 18 plus stuff with
Yeah.
like giant buildable Kirby or like a Kirby art set would be sick. Like you could do a bunch of fun stuff. Like
Well,
Kirby is
now
one of those characters that works. And
it
Kirby's also a
is.
giant meme, so like people would buy the Kirby stuff just to be able to make Kirby memes in Lego, which would be hilarious.
Well, going the Nintendo route, my next two picks, one is not going to happen right now, but hopefully it's that case where they lose the license and Lego grabs it. Pokemon.
Yeah.
They are doing a phenomenal job with the Pokemon with how they're able to build them. They do specialized pieces, which
Yeah,
is really
Mega's
cool.
killing it with those right now.
I mean, they're doing a Pokedex that looks pretty cool that I almost bought, but
Mhm.
I passed on it because I got no room. But if Lego got Pokemon, they could just do way beyond wave of sets of just building all the
Oh my
Pokemon.
God.
It'd be insane. But then to tie into that with the fact that Lego is working so well with Nintendo and they could finally utilize Mario as minifigure form,
Which they'll never
Super
do.
Smash Brothers.
Yes, please, dear
We
God.
have
Oh my
Sonic,
God, give
we
it to me.
have Mario, we have Link and Zelda. Do Super Smash. You could do Brawl, you could do the classic Super Smash, you could do the modern Super Smash. There's
Yeah.
so many different options, so many different characters, and the whole fandom would back you up on it. And in a sense, you could reuse molds and characters that you've already done.
Yep. I mean, Isabelle from Animal Crossing, you could pop those like that is your penultimate like boom, here we go. Now you can do all of this. Like Smash Brothers would be perfect. Pokemon would be sick. And I think the demand is there, especially from the Bricker Builds team. Those guys with the giant buildable
God.
Pokemon they did, the brick built ones, are just like absolutely insane. And they're super popular. Like people love them.
Yes.
And they're like hundreds of dollars. People buy
I
them.
don't know
Like,
how Lego didn't get the IP, especially when the fact that they got Mario, because like it's under Nintendo.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, not really, because Pokemon, it's just, oh no, I think Nintendo owns the Pokemon company.
Do they?
Maybe. I don't remember
I
exactly,
don't know.
but
I
it's
don't understand the logistics for the business. I mean, but that's what's so frustrating being a Lego fan when you ask for IPs to become Lego. There's
that just
so much stuff
yeah,
happening behind the scenes that we don't know about, like what is
yeah.
able to be, how much it costs. Because
Hmm.
like, if Lego Star Wars is as expensive as it is now, could you imagine Pokemon?
Dear God. No, I don't want to imagine that now. Take that off your list. I don't want to think about how much those sets would cost. My next one, and this is one that's a little more pertinent right now, is Ice Age.
Ooh.
Now, I say Ice Age because there's a new movie coming. It was recently released, and the fact that Disney now owns Ice Age makes me feel like, yeah, we're definitely gonna get some Ice Age sets. Um, and the first thing I thought about when I thought of Ice Age was, ooh, that's gonna require some molds, isn't it? Now, for characters like Manny, yes, because you need to use the mammoth piece and you'll have to do that, which
Hmm.
would be sick because you could bring that mold back and pretty much
Ooh.
use it again. That would be great. Just print cartoony eyes on it. Boom,
And then
problem solved.
Saber and then Diego could work with the Sabretooth mold.
Diego works for the Sabretooth mold. And Sid, just make a minifigure. Just make Sid a minifigure.
Yeah.
Problem solved. Scrat would be hilarious. I could honestly see them doing like a big buildable Scrat with a giant acorn.
Yes.
That would be like the greatest selling set ever made.
Actually,
Um,
shout out to Methuselah because I just saw that
oh my
he
God, the
re
stupid Miku meme. Ugh, the gray
no.
squirrel Miku. Yeah,
Oh,
he built
yeah,
that.
Gray Squirrel. I commented on it saying he should make Scrat next.
Then he's like,
Using kind
that,
of that design. He's like, "Nuh-uh, you do it."
of course. Maybe
Maybe.
you'll have to now.
We'll see.
Pin that one on you. But yeah, I feel
Thanks.
like Ice Age has done. There's a well, this will be what the sixth movie, yeah, and
Extra, yeah,
people love them. The
yeah.
first one's great. The Ice Age baby was like for some reason a crazy meme for a couple years. I don't know why, but
And
like
yet that was the only movie with humans.
yeah, literally it was. Ice Age 2: The Meltdown is honestly one of my favorite animated films ever made.
Growing up, I watched that so many times. Like it was back when DVD
We put it
players
in the
were in
DVD
cars.
out.
When DVD players were in cars, like built into it, and like you had
Ice
like a
Age
little
2.
foldable part where you can put like three DVDs in there.
Mhm.
One of them that we watched repeatedly, me and my brother, was Ice Age Meltdown.
I like, and you're making again, you're making it a movie. You can do a couple sets. Like do like three. You know, it would work. I definitely and it would there would be people would buy them because
Yes.
people love that franchise. I think Ice Age would work really well. And also, it's themed with animals.
Yes.
It's an excuse to bring back those old Arctic prehistoric animal molds and just give them some cartoony printing that people really aren't going to care if they're on it or not. So,
Right.
like, do it. It'd be great. I think Ice Age would work really well.
Oh, definitely. All right. So mine is started out as an umbrella, but thinking about it and talking to you about it got a little bit more specific. It's a brand that Lego has that I feel like they're not utilizing enough. Classic Disney movies.
Correct.
Like it's
This is,
cool
I
that
have
we've
some
gotten a
on my
bunch of the
list as well.
princesses, which I'm really happy with, and they look great. All the CMFs. It's a great way to bring in class movies like Robin Hood and Pinocchio.
Mhm.
There are still some characters I haven't done yet. I would love to see Jungle Book,
Yep. That's on my list.
but mainly my favorite Disney movie being Tarzan. I would kill for Tarzan sets. I would prefer it to be the Disney version, but they could even honestly outside of Disney, they could just do classic Tarzan, the story of Tarzan.
They could.
But like either way, because like I could easily see them making like a Tarzan minifigure. Like there's some hair that would be perfect for it, and like it's just there's a bunch of different characters you get. You could get a new color elephant being orange with
Mhm.
Tantar. Get some new gorillas in there with the cartoony eyes, similar to Ice Age, really. But just give me Jungle Book, give me
Kirk.
Turk, give me Tarzan. Like they've done a lot with CMF, and it's great.
Mhm.
I would love to see Lego explore doing more Disney sets outside of the
Yeah.
CMF and outside of
My
like the princess castles and such.
I would see. I have Jungle Book and Tarzan on my list also. Tarzan, I have more a flesh out idea because my first thought was with Tarzan was you could very easily do an icon set
Oh
of
my
Tarzan's
God.
treehouse.
Day one, give me, take my money, please.
That would literally be such a fun set. Like the ideas treehouse was sick. If you do that, but like a jungle theme with the big like the crazy pirate ship parts, like I would lose my mind. It'd be
Oh
so
my
cool.
God.
And you could include like Tantor, Turk, like I forget the name of the leopard. What was his name? I keep thinking Shere Khan, but
It's
that's
not.
Jungle Book.
My brother's gonna roast me on this one.
Yes, he will.
We're both big Disney fans.
I forget his name. But
I
like,
gotta. I'm Googling it. I don't
I mean,
care.
Jane, you could easily include her, Jane's father. Like, there's so many, like, just make it based on that original movie. And it
Sabor.
will, yes, thank you. Boom. Um, that would like we have Lion King sets.
Hmm.
We don't like in my opinion, Jungle Book and Tarzan are the only two that they really haven't done anything with yet.
Like the
Like,
fact that we got in Robin Hood and
like,
Pinocchio and
like
all the
those, yeah.
princesses.
Like those characters have representation. The fact that
Mhm.
Tarzan and Jungle Book have gotten nothing is kind of a problem in my eyes because Tarzan, at least, is one of the biggest movies they've ever done. He's also an
The movie
extraordinarily
itself didn't
recognizable
do
character.
so well in theaters. It was a video release, but also the fact that Phil Collins just made
I was about to say
one of the
Phil
best
Collins is the
Disney albums of all
man for that.
time.
So Phil Collins'
That's what makes it
soundtrack
so
for that
iconic
movie
now.
is
But Tarzan doesn't get the love it deserves, and I feel like Lego would be the perfect way to show some love to Tarzan.
again icon set. Just do the
Yes.
treehouse. One off, done. Bingo, problem
That's
solved.
all you
Like
need, and it would go. It would be a centerpiece in my display.
it would look great. Jungle Book might be a little more tricky, because the only human character you have is Mowgli. But again, like those animal molds, like
Oh, a
Baloo
new
would not like you
orangutan.
have the bear for Baloo,
A new orangutan mold would be
new orangutan mold
amazing.
for King Louie.
It
Can
has to be
I
the
say,
animated Jungle Book, not the live action.
can I say I did really like the live action one. And I love that Christopher Walken was basically just playing a mob boss while he was King Louis. He's like, I'm the king here. Call me Louis. Like, dude, you're just playing like a mobster, and I kind of
Pretty
love it.
much.
Bill Murray as Baloo was also just total genius. And Idris Elba is Shere Khan was like that movie's cast was
Terrifying.
nuts. Ben Kingsley is what is the Panther's name? Yes, thank you. Sorry, I'm like blanking on character names right now. But yeah,
Now my Disney knowledge comes through.
those two 100% had to be there. My next one, I'm almost done with this list.
I got two more.
I got two more as well. My next one, WWE.
How did I know?
As you can see from my door can smell what The Rock is cooking. And if you can smell what I'm cooking on this one, I
I
think
can't.
WWE would be genius. Now, the first people are going to say is it's too violent. Whatever.
It
It's
was.
scripted. Like it
It
was.
was. Now it's more. Now they market it towards. Now they market it for kids.
It's much more PG, but I can still see the argument of people saying they won't want to touch it. Now, here's my thought with this.
Okay.
I don't think you do sets. Maybe
CMF.
maybe you do like a ring or do like the development center. That would be kind of cool. I think you do CMFs.
Okay.
That is what you do. And my thing is like there is so many iconic
All right.
wrestlers.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Don't start listing them off. Otherwise, this will be a 2 hour episode.
I'm going to list a couple because they're I
You're
mean,
you're limited to six.
fine. I mean, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Undertaker. I mean, if you're gonna go to the women's side, like Becky Lynch, like people like that would be so good. Roman Reigns, like CM Punk. I would die for a CM Punk minifigure. Please give it to me. The Rock, like you would literally be making your own money doing that. And if you do it as CMFs, you get the super detailed figures, which would look
Yeah.
sweet. And you just put them in ring gear or give it a mix. Like Cena can be in like the jorts and the t-shirt with the hat. Taker can be in his jacket with the big hat. Like Rey Mysterio can just be his pants and the mask. Like there's so many different wrestlers you can use. And I would do a mix. I would do like you if you have to have 12, do like 9 guys and 3 ladies. Like 100% that would work. Because you want to make sure that the female wrestlers get representation also because they are working just as hard as the men are and they put up even better matches in some cases. Rhea Ripley has been so much fun watching lately if you're a wrestling fan. But like there's a CMF series that you can do like
Yeah.
once every couple of years you do a wrestling one and you put guys out. You can go back to the legend guys. Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan. Well, maybe
Andre
not
the
Hulk Hogan
Giant.
anymore, but like Andre the Giant. Oh my God. Yeah, like Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior. Lego's already making like they've had made three luchador figures now. And they made the one ultimate super wrestler guy that was literally just the Ultimate Warrior, but without calling him the Ultimate Warrior. Like you've already started laying the seeds, Lego. I think this works. You could do sets, maybe. You could do like a tour
One
bus
set would
thing.
work with the ring, and then a CMF to
Yeah,
go with it. Similar to what we got with Dungeons and Dragons. You got the ideas set, and then the CMF to go with it.
I could see that being like the same thing, where they do like a whole, where they literally do like like a dungeon, like Lego ideas. Submit your WWE set, and you submit one, and they include a bunch of minifigures, and then the CMF gets whoever wasn't include. They don't include anybody from the set, and they put them in that. Like
Right.
100%, that could work, and that would sell well because you get the wrestling fans. They got money, and they would 100% be buying those.
Oh
So
yeah.
I would buy them. Like I would love that. That's I think WWE, I think wrestling does work. Dude, Steve Austin, I get he's got the beer, but like, I don't care. You give me a figure that has an
Want John
Austin
Cena
316
now to
t-shirt, I'll lose
make
my
a
mind.
Peacemaker.
I mean, everyone's gonna say you don't. You could just say, "Here's John Cena as a minifigure." You
Oh,
just can't see him.
can't see Drax. Drax is
There's
invisible.
there's the Instagram reel. Is me doing that.
Right. To piggyback off the muscular men, He-Man.
That's a good one.
You could do He-Man, Skeletor. There's so many different characters, so many
Castle
different
Gray
colorful
Skull.
characters,
Ah,
and they just did a show on Netflix. There's a classic nostalgia factor. I mean, X-Men got a reboot. Let He-Man get a reboot.
it would have to be icons if they did it.
It would be an icon set, but like Skeletor's castle. Think Mega has it,
They
the
do.
license, and like they've been doing good with it. I'll give them that. But if Lego got it, ooh,
I,
and it would give
I'm
another reason to get another castle set out there.
I'm picturing like a Barad-dûr level detailed Skeletor castle, like Castle Grayskull, like Rivendell. Like I'm picturing that like this.
Uncle grew up on this, and he always told me how much he loved He-Man growing up. So I feel like it would be an amazing, like, there's the nostalgia factor there for it, but
Hmm.
also there's modern day want for it. Just because with that show that was on Netflix, I think it came out early 2020, I
Hmm.
think. But there's just such a draw for it on comic fans and, excuse me, I mean, nerds want it. Nerds would love it.
Yep.
It'd be a huge hit. There's so many different characters to do, and oddly enough, a lot of color in that set too, in that
Yeah.
show too. And it's honestly a perfect. You're right. It would work really well as an icon set.
Hmm.
You just get like the main bad and good. You get like He-Man, Skeletor, two or three more good, two or three more bad, or just even henchmen. Honestly,
Dude, a Masters of the Universe CMF would be pretty lit too. I'm not gonna lie.
again, it could be similar to
Uber
WWE
detailed. Oh
or
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Hmm. That would work really well.
It would.
So my last pick is one that I did not tell you about. It's one of the ones
You
that
held
I
out
kept
two on me.
held out two on you because I had to remove the monster one because I forgot that was a brickhead.
Oh, right. Which they should do more brickheads of.
Yes. It's got to be Shrek. Got to be Shrek. Shrek has been
Part five
submitted.
coming.
Shrek 5 is coming. We know it is. It was teased at the end of Puss in Boots 2, and then they confirmed it's coming, and the whole original cast is back.
How would you do Shrek though? As a minifigure, as a big
Yeah.
fig, as
Doom
a
is a
minifig?
minifigure. Yeah. Doom is
Mm,
a Shrek, Fiona, like Donkey could be just a molded piece. That's fine.
yeah.
Puss in Boots could be in like a very tiny minifigure, like that works, like a short leg minifigure that would work. And I feel like with the rumor floating around right now, unsubstantiated, that we're getting a How to Train Your Dragon set, if Lego has made an agreement with DreamWorks to do stuff, and Shrek's got to be coming. You
Possible.
you could do so much stuff based on Shrek
Or an icon set.
or an icon set like Shrek's
I feel
house.
like icons is a way to get a bunch of IP without
Really
fully
though,
committing
like
to it.
I feel like if they get a deal done with DreamWorks for Shrek because Shrek 5 is coming, I feel like it ends up turning into like a Despicable Me
Ooh,
where they do Shrek's hut kind of like Gru's house
I can see that.
and that works. And then maybe like I
Buildable
could even
donkey.
dude,
Donkey!
oh God, no, not that. Buildable donkey in that scale be hilarious.
With the voice box.
I mean, dude,
Or sound box.
like the tower that Fiona was trapped in with a giant buildable dragon. How sick would that be? Like
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Just make that dragon.
Dude, Farquaad would be hilarious to have as a minifigure too.
Make him a
So
micro
funny.
pig.
Dude, Ed die. It'd be so funny. Like I feel like Shrek is the last like mega IP that they haven't touched yet. And now I'm not talking mega constructs. I'm talking like mega IP that they have not done anything with, and they really need to do it. I think with
Has
the new, I
has anyone ever done sets for it?
don't think so.
I wonder why.
Unless Mega did, or some weird like one-off company may not have had it. But like,
Hmm.
and if they get in with DreamWorks, brother, Kung Fu Panda could be coming too, and I would buy every single one of those. The more Jack
All right.
Black, the better.
Now would Poe be a minifigure or buildable?
Poe need to be a minifigure. If he'd probably end up being like Robotnik.
Okay, that God, how many Jack Black sets would there be at that point? Because
Ooh,
there's Minecraft coming.
yep.
He would be
Is that
Poe.
it?
Is that really it?
It's just that's all he's done, I think.
What did he
Nacho
do before
Libre.
Kung Fu Panda?
It
There's a movie he was just doing publicity for before Kung Fu Panda.
was Borderlands and it was terrible.
Oh right,
Yeah.
Claptrap.
Yeah, we don't talk about that movie because it's quite terrible. But yeah,
All right,
Shrek, make
all
it
right.
happen.
Good choice. Now, my last one is a bring it back. Lego needs to make sets again.
Yep,
You already know.
I already know.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, this could.
There's so many idea submissions. The two sets that were on sale are going for so much now, and
Mhm.
to learn that we didn't get more because SpongeBob sold better is so disappointing.
Yeah.
Avatar was ahead of its time.
Also, how many times has Appa popped up on
At least
ideas
three or
and never
four
gotten
times.
picked? At least I think it's been five now. Like he keeps
And then they had an excuse to do the Netflix show.
the Netflix show was actually not bad. It's decent. It's pretty good.
But like,
I don't hate it.
there's so many different sets. I mean, they can even do waves per book, or they could
Yeah.
do 1 year. Like if they want to do the 3 year of sets, year one, 2 waves of water, 2 waves of earth, and 2 waves of fire. You're done.
hmm Boom. Problem solved right there.
And if you want to even go even further, Legend of Korra.
Yeah, they'll never touch that, but
That was better than I thought it was going to be.
it was better than that was it.
I binged like I saw Avatar when I was younger, but then during COVID when we were looking for stuff to do, we would watch like me and a couple of friends would watch Avatar every Friday night after work,
hmm
binge it, and then me and my brother binged Korra. And like there's so many different characters they could do. The meme of my cabbages. People would buy an Earth set just for that.
Yeah, literally
He would be to
everywhere.
Avatar what the fire extinguisher is to Marvel.
That's such a good
And
comparison.
how much would people kill for an Uncle Iroh minifigure?
Oh my God, it'd be so funny. So funny.
We all
Uh,
want Uncle Iroh.
we all want to go Arrow. That should like if they go the Netflix route and you
It'll
do
still look
sets
as
based
good.
on the Netflix show, it'll still look as good because the Netflix show actually matched the cartoons look, which is great. And you can kind of make it pass for both, and it works.
Yeah,
It
my friend's
works.
gonna kill me for bringing this up, but as long as it's nothing like that one Avatar movie from like 2010,
We don't talk about that. It is awful.
The
M. Night
fact that
Shyamalan,
earthbending is in like slow motion.
M. Night Shyamalan should never be allowed to touch anything again when it comes to filmmaking.
He's okay. He's made up for it in the past few years.
He did Split, and then everybody was like, "Wow, that's good," and then he did Glass, and it was garbage. So he has not done much that has been like widely liked.
Back to Avatar: Last Airbender. Lego needs to find a way to bring this theme back because there is the urge, there's the want for it, there's the craving for it. Everybody wants it. Everybody keeps voting the idea set, and I don't know why they're not doing it unless they don't have access to the
It's gotta
IP.
be a Nick.
That's the only way.
It's probably a Nickelodeon thing.
Unless they are stuck in their old way saying, "Oh no, it did horrible the first time we did. We don't want to do it again." If that's what they're basing it off of, shame on
It's
Lego
Yeah. I mean, I would buy Appa
in a heartbeat.
if they made Appa. I would 100% be all over that. Just
Mhm.
do it,
The number of
100%.
people there to buy Appa would be insane. Day
I
one.
mean, realistically speaking, if the build of Appa has been picked up and like put through ideas and made it to the end 5 times, that means 50,000 people voted for that.
That's people buying a. I mean, honestly, a billable Appa. Let's just
100 bucks.
shoots and giggles. $100. 50,000. $100. Why won't you do it?
It's got to be a thing with Nickelodeon not wanting to fork over the license. It's got to be that.
I don't know
And maybe
why.
it's
They make money too.
I mean, my only thought is that the SpongeBob theme may have soured a killer relationship because
On top of the fact, I could have sworn I heard a rumor. Well, like there's like an Avatar studio now where they're going to be making more animated shows and live action. Like they're going to do
good,
everything.
like,
Lego, bring Lego Avatar: The Last Airbender back.
please, dear God, not the blue people, not the aliens. We want the show.
Well, granted, some of those sets are actually pretty good.
They are, and we're probably gonna get more of them when the next movie comes out.
Probably.
But
Wow, flashback to episode 2 or 3 when we talked about D23.
oh my God, that's right, with the fire one that's gonna be next.
hmm
Yikes. Yeah, I think these are a lot of good IPs. I think these are IPs
hmm
that they definitely could
Does
do
Lego
something
have
with.
access to all of them? Probably not,
Maybe not. I mean,
but there's a
G.I.
lot
Joe
of ones
maybe.
that nobody has access or nobody is using.
Hmm.
Lego, get on the phone, call
Like,
the
get on
company,
it.
and make this happen.
Correct. I think these could work. I think these are all good sets. And with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up now. If you've not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you are notified when all new episodes go live. Speaking of new episodes, Break Hour Time Capsule debuted this past Tuesday. Galaxy Squad was the first thing we looked at. The next one is, I'm going to tease it here also, the next one coming out in February has something to do with a certain event that's taking place on February 9th. Anyone but the Chiefs. No offense, Kansas City fans, you don't deserve it anymore. Your quarterback's a loser. I could say something way
Come
worse.
on. Mahomes is really entertaining to watch. He's not human.
Hashtag bring back Bountygate.
Hey, no, no. Respect Mahomes.
No, absolutely not. I'm a Raider fan. I don't respect anybody that wears a Chiefs jersey. Um,
Then cheer for the Bills.
I'm going to this week. You get me for 1 week, and then I'm a Commanders fan.
I want Commanders so bad. That's my
As
dad's
Commanders
team.
go to be in the Major League
I couldn't
Football.
believe Detroit. We're getting off tangent.
We're getting
End the
on tangent.
episode. End the episode.
Yes, thank you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell. You will also be able to find links to our Instagram and to my Instagram, Langster Builds, where all my Batcave progress is going. And again, thank you so much to Omega for making these hats for us because they're sick. And we will probably be having some more. These are not on sale, by the way. These
No,
just kind of got
these
made
are
for
for
us
us. We want to be able to like wear them at conventions
and
or
whatnot.
just
Yeah,
out
just
and about,
a
just to
fun thing. Um,
advertise ourselves.
one day we'll probably eventually get to doing like t-shirts or something like that, but we
If
probably
we
won't have
get 1,000 subscribers.
yeah, we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll make t-shirts and sell them. Confirmed. We'll do that. Thank you for all for watching. We will see you in the next episode. Have a great night. Happy building.